I conversed with a group of teens hours before they shot and killed a man to steal his car. About 10 days ago, I had a startling encounter that I still can't quite shake off. It all started in the early evening, just past 5 p.m., when I was lounging at home with my dog. We were sprawled out in the living room, and I was absorbed in whatever was on TV. My wife was doing her usual routine of checking out the neighborhood from our living room window when she suddenly said, "There's a group of guys hanging around your car." I was a bit puzzled and curious, so I got up and peered out the window. There were a couple of teenage boys and a few younger ones milling about next to my car, which was parked on the street. I knew that my car wasn't anything special, but seeing a group of teens loitering around it made me uneasy. I decided to step outside to check things out. I grabbed my keys and hit the remote to unlock the car. The sound startled them, and they looked up, clearly caught off guard. The oldest boy, who looked about 17, immediately said, "Hey, I know this looks bad, but I'm just using your car as a mirror." The other boys, maybe a year or two younger, seemed uncomfortable and avoided eye contact. They didn't say a word, which only added to the awkwardness of the situation. I tried to diffuse the tension and said, "No worries, I'm just grabbing something from my car." I walked over to my vehicle, retrieved my sunglasses, and then closed the door. I figured it was a good opportunity to make some small talk, so I asked, "So what's up, guys?" The oldest boy replied, "Nothing much, just waiting for a friend to pick us up." I nodded and said, "All right, well, stay safe out here." I gave him a casual fist bump, which he seemed to appreciate, and then headed back inside. The boys walked away shortly after, and I went back to my evening routine, trying to push the odd encounter from my mind. I didn't think much more about it until the next day, when my wife showed me a news story that made my heart sink. The report was about a 64-year-old Uber driver who had been tragically shot by a group of 4 teens. The description of the suspects, ages ranging from 11 to 17, was eerily similar to the group I had seen outside my house the day before. I tried to convince myself it was just a coincidence, that there was no way the boys I'd encountered could be involved in something so heinous. But then, just a few days later, I saw the same boys on the news again, this time in court. They were indeed the same group I had spoken to, ranging in age from 11 to 17. It was surreal to see their faces on the screen, knowing that they were facing serious charges. The whole thing was deeply unsettling. It made me realize how close I had come to being a victim. It could have been me they targeted instead of the Uber driver. I couldn't help but wonder what made the difference. Was it because I treated them with respect and didn't act confrontational? I've been reflecting a lot on that encounter. It's strange to think that a small gesture of kindness or a casual interaction might have been the factor that kept me safe. It makes me appreciate the impact that our actions can have, even in situations where we don't fully understand the risks. It's a tough reminder of how close we can come to danger without even realizing it. Every day since then, I've found myself counting my blessings and hoping that these boys might find a better path in life. It's a sobering thought, and while I'm grateful to be safe, I can't help but feel a deep sense of unease about how easily things could have gone differently.